Good day, listeners and viewers. On today's COVID-19 update, Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony encourages those essential persons who are not yet vaccinated to do so. And he also assures that the Pfizer vaccine for children will be here in time for the September reopening of schools.
So the ministry, as you know, would have put out, well, the government of Guyana would have put out an order. And that order requires people to put themselves in order in terms of vaccination if they want to access government service. Or if they don't have vaccines, then they will have to do a PCR and show that PCR to say they're not infected. Since then, a number of persons have been coming to get their vaccination, and I think the uptake has been generally good. In the health sector, we still have a number of persons who have not been vaccinated, and they probably have different reasons why they're not vaccinated. Unfortunately, healthcare workers are at greater risk, and you would remember that early in the pandemic, healthcare workers were labeled as frontline workers because they were interfacing with persons who were sick with COVID, but on a daily basis, the healthcare workers had to interface with them, which put them at higher risk. And if you're going to be at higher risk, then obviously you should get protection. The initial protection in the early days of the pandemic was to use PPEs and so forth. But now, in addition to PPEs, we also have vaccination. Vaccines we know work, vaccines are safe, they're protective, and the evidence that we've had so far is that people who are fully vaccinated are not going to get the most severe form of the disease. They're ending up in the ICU or dying from COVID. So we want to urge our healthcare workers to make sure that they're protected. If, for whatever reason, they're refusing to get vaccinated, then after this period would have lapsed, they would have to comply by showing a PCR result, like everybody else, before you can enter the workspace. It is going to be unfortunate that you will have vaccinated people who are protected, and then you have unvaccinated persons who will be coming into these institutions and will want to mingle with those that are vaccinated. We need to protect ourselves, all of us, because we are seeing around the world that there's a surge now of the Delta variant. And with the Delta variant, if you're unvaccinated, unfortunately, you can get the severe form of the infection. In almost every country where there's a surge of Delta variants, we have seen that happening. We might be a little bit ahead of the curve here in terms of not getting the widespread Delta variant as yet. And it gives us an opportunity really to make sure that we are vaccinated so as to prevent these infections from occurring. So I really do hope that the 2 weeks that we would have given to persons, both in the health sector and public transportation sector, that they would really heed what we have said and go out and get vaccinated. Definitely. And we are working, as you know, with Ministry of Education. We have sent out letters to parents. Once those consent forms come back to us, we have already started preparing where we're going to start the exercise. Any one of the vaccination sites, they are available to give all of the vaccines. Sputnik V first dose is available at those sites. Second dose, we still have a challenge with that, but as fast as we get it in, we announce, we advertise where it's going to be so people can access it. As of yesterday, we've had 296,059 persons who received their first dose vaccine. This would be about 57.7% of the adult population. And as of yesterday, we've had 152,433 persons. This would account for about 29.7% of our population. So for both of the percentages that I've just announced, 57.7 and 29.7, it might appear a little bit lower than what we have previously said, and that's because we have consulted with the Bureau of Statistics, and they have given us some revised population numbers. And we're using those revised population numbers now, which have increased our adult population, and because of that increase, we are now seeing a slight drop in where we are. But if you look at the absolute numbers, those numbers are going up.
This has been our COVID-19 update. For more information, visit health.gov.gy or dpi.gov.gy and our social media platforms.